Hello everybody and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. So in the previous episode we managed to buy a tractor, and not any old tractor, a brand new Massey Ferguson 7S, which is going to be upgraded. Obviously at the moment it is 5 horsepower less than the AGCO white tractor which we had before, so you could look at it as a bit of a downgrade, but it's fine because this will be upgraded once we get a spare £16,000 and it'll be upgraded to 205 horsepower. So anyway, we're here, we're at the store. What we're going to do to begin with is we're going to grab a baler. Now I did look into getting a square baler, but we just can't afford it. We can't even afford to lease it. So we're going to have to lease a round baler, which is absolutely fine. I'm targeting this one because we do need to have one which can do 180 centimetre bales, so we don't have too many bales, otherwise it would take forever to move them. And yes, we probably should add some standard net. So I think we're okay with all of the other settings just there. Beacon light. Well, it would be nice, but it's only a rented machine, so I think we can probably go without. So we'll lease it. 3,563. Let's attach it to our tractor and we'll get over to the fields. So we do have 3 fields that need to be baled, and my intention is to sell all of the bales today, just because we need the money. I know the price will not be at its best, in fact it's probably at its worst, but, no actually, I think, oh no, does it get worse in September? No, it probably is at its worst. But yes, unless we do have a plan to move on to December really quickly, which maybe we do, they will have to go today. But I have another plan. Yes, I have another plan to expand our biggest field. I forget the field number. It is field number 32 down here. Yeah, I want to get the plough because there's 2 reasons for this. One is obviously just to expand the field so we have a bigger area to grow crops in. But secondly, I want to use a plough. I want to be able to see the new ploughing textures and the ploughing animations with the dynamic ground. So yeah, first things first, we do need to do the baling. Yeah, this really is the first time I've driven this tractor on the road on FS25. Now, I do want to get a tractor from every brand, ideally. Well, in the ideal world, I'd want to get every single tractor which we can buy. But I don't know if we'll ever have the money for that. We'll have to see. Maybe we will. Actually, we probably will, because on Balu, the map for 22, we did get several £1,000,000. So maybe we will be able to afford all of the small and medium tractors. We'll have to see. As for the large tractors, we probably only need to have 1. But as it is a video series, maybe 2, just because it sort of caters to everybody's needs. Many people want to see different brands, so it would be good to have more than 1. But that is a lot further down the line. Oh, is that set to 180 before I start? That was so close. Bale size 125. Yeah, we do not want 125. This is the whole reason for going for this one. We need 180. So here we go. We are baling. Just showing it picking up the straw. Yeah, so we're going to also be getting a greenhouse for chilies. I think it's going to come down to how much money we can make from the straw and from whatever other products we have. We do have some more beams and planks, and I can see we've got a pallet of mushrooms, so that's going to be a bit of money. And a greenhouse isn't super expensive. Well, actually, I say that. The greenhouse is more expensive than the polytunnel, so we might go with the polytunnel, but to be honest, I don't know. The greenhouses do look better, but it's not really about the look of it, it's about how much money it can bring in. So yeah, we'll probably go for the polytunnel. Anyway, let's get this field done, and the other 2. Just had a bit of a brainwave. We do have a field here, which does not belong to us, but it is ready to harvest, although the owner has done a fairly bad job of killing off the weeds. So we might as well harvest it. If there is a contract in field number 29, we might as well do it and make some money, because it's right next to us and it would be so easy to do. So a worker can do it. 29 in harvesting, let's see here. Oh no, there isn't. Can you believe it? I just feel like refreshing. I want to refresh the list. There is baling. What? For number 29, baling? It's not been harvested yet. How does that work? Right, okay. So what happens then if I accept the contract? Is it just going to suddenly become harvested? It is. Okay. Well, we better just leave that for now. We'll come back to it. We will bale it. But that is not our priority. But yeah, as it is our neighbouring field, we might as well do it, especially as we're renting a baler. So it's just really free money. 100% profit. We're not spending any extra to do it, except for a very, very small amount of diesel. I think we'll get quite a few bales out of this field. And this is the field which I want to expand, because you can see we've got grass either side, and it's just, well, I know it's a little bit steep, but it's not unusable land. It's definitely workable land. So I'll just check our field boundaries once we get to the top here. Yeah, check the field boundaries. I think we're going to be good though. Yeah, look at that. We own everything. So essentially all this grass, I know we could keep it for livestock, but I'm not going to. We will buy more land for animals and for grass production. Right now I think we just need to get the largest area of combinable crops in the ground. Oh, okay, so it has to be square bales. I didn't actually notice that important detail before, but not to worry. Did that cost us? No, I don't think so. Okay, well, yeah, that sort of backfired. But the good thing is our fields are all done. They're all baled. So we can now put these bales onto our truck. What we really need is a proper flatbed trailer, but we just can't afford it yet. We will be able to. In fact, the bales will probably fund it. But, yes, if we can just stick the pallet fork on, I know ideally we do need to have a bale spike, but the pallet fork does work fine. Where is my truck? Okay. Yes. Perfect place for it. It needs to be reconfigured to be a flatbed. So if we put it here, we can head into the store, customize, and go to bale trailer. We could rent a flatbed trailer for this job. In fact, if we go into, look at that. It's a mower for grass. We might have to get it one day, who knows. Yes, in miscellaneous we do have a car trailer, and if we lease it, it would only be £485. So we will do. I don't want to lease too much, but there is definitely a time and a place, because this is going to be extremely handy, providing we can put the sides down, but I think we can do. That's the rear. Yes, let me see here. Yeah, you can put the sides down. Ooh. There was no real reason to try and overtake me there. I'm going quite fast, really. Looks pretty decent, actually. So we'll probably fill this, although before we do, I have a bit of a test which I want to perform. Yes, I would like to roll a bale down a hill. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but I want to see how well these bales roll, because I've just managed to bale that field on the hillside, and none of them rolled down to the bottom, which in itself was quite impressive. So I want to see how well they actually do roll. So I'm going to get my telehandler, I'm going to stick one on the edge of this cliff, and we're going to see, obviously it will roll off, but we're going to see how far it keeps rolling for. Be interesting. And in fact, this first field only did produce 2 bales. So, oh, is that... How is the sawmill doing? Oh, it's still got plenty of wood. Good. So we can leave it to it. Also, they are not ghosts which are stood in that rice paddy field. Those are withered pieces of rice. That's just really rubbing in that I messed up. Well, I didn't really mess up, I just was a little bit late with adding more water. I will have to not rest overnight in the future. I'll have to get up at about 2 in the morning to flood the paddy field, because I think it's quite sensitive. The moment it runs out, it seems to start withering. So we don't want to pick it up that way. We want to pick it up this way. I'll put my tines really close together. Okay, good. Right. So how well is this going to work? Yes, well, that was anticlimactic. I will go and retrieve my bale with my tail between my legs. So yeah, I think it's quite safe to say they don't really roll anymore. They do roll, but not with ease. Shall we go for another attempt, since I didn't have to travel 1,000,000 miles to retrieve it? Go! You're free! Well, I'm actually quite pleased about this, because they used to really roll. And it used to be a pain. Yep, so there is a lot of friction there. Yeah, so I was just wondering which way I should actually stack these in the trailer. Should I do them upright or on their flat side? I'm beginning to think that on their flat side it's going to be better for this particular setup, because it's not exactly a big setup, and these are very big bales. So it depends if we can get 2 side by side on the truck and the trailer. It's going to be a bit of a squeeze. Oh no, it should be alright. Yeah, it should be alright. I think that'd be the most stable thing to do. So yeah, let's load it up.
Take
I don't get it. I threw one off a cliff and it didn't roll, and this one just rolled down the field. After everything I said, I shall call you Rolly. It is a mystery. Right, well, I'm going to try and squeeze all of these bales onto here because we don't have that many left to transport, and it would be a shame to have to come back for them. We've still got the little field next to the construction project, but how many did I produce from that? It can't be that many. 2 or 3 maximum. So we've just got one more here, and then we can head up there and then we'll head off. I actually don't know of any other sell points except for the animal dealership, so I'm guessing that's where we're going to, but I will check. We are stacking high, and yes, it does mean I'm going to have to be extra careful because this is a little precarious. Right. Yes, cornering is going to be tricky. Ah, just the one. And I guess quite a bit of the straw was transferred with the baler to the next field. So we do need to be coming up this way anyway to get to our sell point. So there's no point taking the telehandler back. Let me just quickly check those prices. I'm pretty sure it is just the one place though. It is indeed 105, so it does peak at 144 and it bottoms out at 99, so we're really not good. It does start to increase quite quickly, so I'm wondering if it's worth resting. What do we want to do? We do want to do some drilling, but do we want to do spring crops? We probably don't, although I don't want to keep doing oats. The paddy fields will be done as long grain rice this year. But it leaves this field here, and of course the one in front of the farmhouse, and if we don't drill now, unless we get a planter, we will be forced to put oats in. If we get a planter we could do soybeans, but will we have the money for a planter? I don't think so. We could probably rent one. So I guess the best thing to do is to drill that field. Well, we're going to have to cultivate it. We don't even have a direct drill. We're going to have to cultivate it first, and then we can drill it with wheat or barley. Or we could just get a planter in the spring. It would be nice to do soybeans. To be honest, I have done wheat and an awful lot of oats, so we don't want to keep going with those. It also comes down to how much money we can get from the bales. Since this is our last bale, we'll lock it in the middle. There we go. Good. Throw a strap over, and we're all done. Okay then, yeah. Oh, also we'll have daily fees on the trailer if we keep resting. I will just quickly check and see what those daily fees will be. £95. Well, that's not too bad. I think we can probably stretch to that. That's well, actually, in real life, £95. You would consider that to be yeah, money that you do not want to be thrown down the drain. But in this game, it's not too bad. It isn't too bad, because we've got other products making lots of money here. Okay, well, yeah, enough of me faffing around. Let's just get this tractor going with the plough. Because I think we can afford the plough. And then we can get it going on a cultivator. Let's have a look here. It is tricky to know what to do for the best. I think probably this plough here is going to be the best one for this tractor. It's only 816, so that's something at least. Let's go and get it, and let's expand that field. I'm starting to think that I will just get a planter in the spring and we'll do soybeans. Soybeans are worth a lot of money too, and we won't have to rent a baler. Speaking of balers, let's return the Crone round baler. Done. Right, let's go. Perfect. And we might be able to get away with not having a front weight. We'd have to fit a front linkage. I had to remove it because we couldn't afford it. And that should go into transport mode. There we go. That's better. So let's find out what ploughing is like in FS25. It's crazy to think that our Merlot telehandler is actually more powerful than this tractor. It won't be forever, but currently it is. Right, so we'll lower it down, press Y to create the field. Yep, so we are cutting away at the ground, as you can see there, next to the land wheel. It is actually deforming the ground. And the tractor, don't want to speak too soon, but the tractor is pulling it fine. But we are about to go uphill. Yeah, so that is ploughing in FS25. You can see the soil being turned over. But I think the main thing to take away from this is the way that it is actually cutting into the ground. Instead of just being on the surface, it's actually cutting in. So I'm going to keep going with this. I think I will just take in all of this grass. I'm guessing Giants did give us this strip of grass extra in case we wanted to do livestock from the start. I do want to do livestock, but really there was no chance of doing it from the start because it's so expensive to get everything. As soon as we have an appropriate plot, we might get a pasture, a dynamic pasture, so we can place it anywhere. But the thing about those pastures, I believe you can't produce milk. They're for breeding. So they'll have to be brought into a shed. Right, so we've actually dropped into the furrow. Yep, the tractor's left wheels have dropped into the furrow, which is something which we've never been able to do before, ever. And usually the tractor would be tilting into it, but of course we're on a hillside, and it's actually naturally sloping away that way. Huh. Did that disable when I lifted it up? Hang on, I might have just pressed the wrong key there. Okay, we'll try again. So you can see, trying to keep in that furrow. It's not as easy as real life, actually. It's easier in real life to keep those wheels in the furrow. But the point is, you can drop into that furrow. We are carving it out the ground. And that is 3D. I know, not the straightest work ever, but it's something. And yeah, the point is we're actually expanding our field, which is the most important part here, really. And also, maybe it's worth marking it out first. That would have probably been a better idea. So this will look much better as a time-lapse. So here we go. Well, there we go. I think that is quite a sizable expansion of the field. In fact, it is probably another third of what it was before. So, yeah, we do also have some grass on the other side. It's unfortunate, actually, that I did this so late in the day because it's now gone dark. But, yeah, it might not take too long to do the other side. Look at that. That is a big area. And if we put this down as soybeans, then, yeah, we should be turning a big profit. The only thing is we can no longer drill soybeans with a seeder. You do need a planter. So that's different to 22. Right, yeah, so I'm going to expand this side as well. And it won't be drilled until, it won't be planted until probably March, April time. But that gives us time just to move on. And then we can get a better price for the straw. Well, without a doubt, this adds a lot more satisfaction to ploughing, and it's also a lot more difficult to turn with the plough down and in the ground. Because before, you used to be able to just turn as if there was nothing on the back. Not anymore. No, the plough does get sort of stuck in the furrow, as it should do. We're even ploughing up some of these shrubs. Well, what I meant to say was we're going to try and plough up these shrubs, but I'm going to fail. No, we should get it. This should get it. Yeah, there we go. Or I feel like I hit some roots there, which I know shouldn't be surprising, but in this game I don't remember there being roots on shrubs. Maybe it was just a coincidence, maybe it was just the ground, but it felt like some kind of resistance. Okay. Let's just back up, and we'll get this little piece here. And then I think we're done. We'll just go into third person view so we can see. Yeah, we're done. So, let's get this plough taken back to the store. Well, you actually can do it without taking it back, but we will do. And then we'll move on. I think that's all the field expanding I need to do. The other two fields can't really be expanded. But I'm happy, very happy with what we've done there. Quite a significant upgrade to that field. Without really spending much money at all. Less than £1,000 for all that extra land. Well, it's great to see that Matthew Ferguson did perform brilliantly as well. Even with the smallest engine. So maybe we don't need to upgrade anyway. Nah, it's alright, we will. We'll definitely upgrade. So return, and we'll leave that there. So, yeah, we'll get the tractor taken home. We'll sleep. And I'll see you, I think, in October. We're going to skip September. Welcome to October. So, yes, the trees are looking a little different. It's also a bit rainy. I've got stuck in the back garden, although I've not actually been back here before. I was just wondering if there was a collectible here. You would have thought actually there would be a collectible right on our doorstep, just to kickstart things, but unless I'm just being totally blind, I don't think there is. Maybe there is. We've got more mushrooms, we'll have more pallets over there. Actually, we need to make sure that sawmill is still fed with wood. It is, and they've got water. Okay, nice. So, yeah, soggy bells, but let's get going with them. Let's make some money. I wonder how much we've got now. Straw, let's have a look here. 128, and it's showing it's going down again. That's interesting. But yeah, 128, it has gone up. So was it worth the 2 daily fees of £95 each? Probably not, but anyway, let's go and sell at an increased price. It is a wet morning. It's interesting because the forecast, or the actual current weather symbol, is just showing cloud, but it is indeed raining. So it just goes to show that even in the game, weather forecasts can be inaccurate. Right, look at this monster load. Yeah, I'm so pleased that I rented the trailer. We'll probably buy this trailer very soon, as soon as we have some spare money. But renting it for the time being seems okay. And it's surprising how stable this feels. It does feel extremely stable, despite being a wall of bales. Taking corners with ease. I don't even feel remotely unstable. I guess one day we'll be able to afford a lorry, so we'll have a truck and a trailer, like articulated. These are all things we're going to have to work towards. Good grief, look at that driving. I know I was indicating and everything, but still. I've had quite a few near misses. I think the AI needs to calm down a bit. I know we're all excited about the game and everything, but crikey, no excuse for bad driving. And that's coming from me. This is the part where I always go wrong, so we'll go left this time. For the first time, I have taken the correct turn to get to the animal dealer. And that is our sell point. So, hoping for big things here, really. I know it's only straw, but still. They're big bales. 15,811, so that paid very nicely for the baler and for the plough, and really I think for straw that is pretty good going. So we'll put that down as a success, definitely worth doing this time. We do still have the trailer. Now we could do long-term lease. Yeah, we could do long-term lease. We don't have to return it. We could just keep paying the daily fee of £95. It probably will come in handy. Yeah, and that'll be a lot of months before we get to the actual price of the trailer, £9,500. I am tempted to keep hold of it. My fuel light is on, even though we don't really need diesel. I think we'll hold off refilling at the moment. Oh, this is very, very dense fog. Very, very foggy. That's the thing about October. We do get the fog. I think it's supposed to be the foggiest it's been. I've not seen it so dense. Like, you get little patches of very dense fog, but this is covering the entire map. I'm still indicating too. Where's the turning? Oh, there. Wow. We'll probably get up to the farm and it won't be foggy at all, because this is all a lot lower lying. So yeah, in the end I never did sell the forest. We're still in the forest, we'll probably never sell it now. We can keep harvesting wood and we can keep feeding the sawmill. This is going to give us a lot of money from planks and beams. Not to mention that we can use those products on our own construction sites. Although, yes, really you need all the factories to be able to do that cheaply, such as the cement factory. So we'll just quickly have a look at the field which I ploughed, and then I think we'll leave it here for this episode. But next time we'll get this field cultivated, we'll get ready for spring. Yeah, all the paddy fields need to be dealt with as well. They need to be cultivated for the long grain rice in the spring, and I think we'll get this loaded up. I'll get this loaded up for the next episode. Well, there it is. That's the field which I just ploughed. It looks fabulous. Absolutely beautiful. At least the first half a metre that I can see looks... Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, well, hopefully the fog lifts a bit for the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.